Hi. Now it's so important to get familiar with the terminologies and then get into the way the sums are being done for probability. But I just want to get you to be tuned, some of the terms that's being used, but do not get overly disturbed, because as we go into probability deeper, you will get to see the true essence of this topic. Now when we talk about the probability of an event A occurring, event A, right? We put M over N, where M is the number of favored or favorable outcomes over the total number of outcomes. For example, look at a coin and I want to toss this coin. It's either a head or a tail. So what's the total number of outcomes for this coin? 2, yeah, head or tail. So that's 2. But the number of heads is 1. 1 out of 2. Now if you look at cards, we've got 52 cards. What's the probability of getting a diamond or a spade? How many of them are there? 13. So it's 13 out of 52. So that's the probability we're talking about. The event happening is either this or that within that scope is always 1. So the probability is always between 0, not happening, and 1, sure to happen. So in between is just the chances. So it's probability is always between 0 to 1. And 0 means 0%, 1 means 100%. Now if you look at mutually exclusive events, mutually exclusive, that means they're totally different. Mutually exclusive. Alright? So we look at the probability of A union B. It means union here means either A, the probability of A happening, or the probability of B. Alright? So when you have an event, when you have a probability of this nature, the outcome will be probability of A plus the probability of B. Let me give you an example. If you play a pack of card games, what's the probability that you get a queen or a club? So, a queen or a king. They're mutually exclusive. Whereas a queen and a club is not. I will have to get into non-mutually exclusive. What's the probability of getting a queen? Alright, a king is not a queen. So that's the probability of getting a queen. Plus, what's the probability of getting a king? They're totally not related. A queen is a queen, and you've got 4 queens out of 52 cards. Or, for king, there are 4 kings out of 52 cards. Add them up together, and you've got 8 out of 52. That's what it's meant. Mutually exclusive. A king and a queen. Do you see that? Alright, mutually exclusive. I'm going to go a little bit deeper here to non-mutually exclusive. When you say the word non-mutually exclusive, it meant like the probability of A union B is a probability of A or B. It can be a probability of A, this is what you get, plus a probability of B minus a probability of A intersects B. Now when I talk about a probability of a queen or a club, because in a club you can also have a queen. Alright, the club has got 13 cards. You've got ace, king, queen, jack, and plus the 9 numbers, right, from 2 to 10. So you got that? So we look at these numbers and the 13 of each club, spade, club, spade. Can you tell me I'm not a gambler? Diamond and a heart. Alright, 4 thoughts. So the probability of getting a queen plus a probability of getting a club minus a probability of getting a queen intersect a club. Can you tell me what will that work out to, my dear? How many queens are there? It's 4 out of 52, sorry. And how many clubs are there? It's a 13 out of 52. And then a queen intersects a club. That means it's a queen from the club. And in the club, you have 13 of them. And 1 out of 13 is a queen. So this is what it means. So you add them up, you've got a 17 minus a 1, you get a 16 out of 52. And if you divide it by 4, you get a 4 here, here's a 1, carry a 1 here, you get a 3. So that's the probability of getting a queen or a club, because there is an area where in the club you have a queen, and that's why you've got the minus, the common area that overlaps. Unlike here in mutually exclusive, when we talk about a queen or a king, a queen can never be a king and a king can never be a queen. Alright? So they're exclusive, but they're all in that set of card games. So it is this formula. It is probability of a queen plus a probability of a king. You don't need to take away. So that's 4 out of 52. A king is 4 out of 52. You have 8 out of 52 divided by 2. We always should simplify it. Kumar, why didn't you? Sorry. Alright, simplify it. So you get 2 out of divide by 4, 2 out of 13. Now in the case of a non-mutually exclusive, there is an area where it's a cross. Alright? So this is a very classic example. The probability of getting a queen or a club. Very good example. Take note of it. So it's the probability of a queen, probability plus the probability of a club, minus where the overlap is. So probability of queen is 4. 4 queens out of 52. Probability of a club, 13 out of 52. And then you minus the 1. The queen, that's a club. A queen intersect means it's a common region. It's also in the club family, which is that 13 of club members, 1 out of 13. So that's how you get it. Now we move on to dependent and independent events. The very name suggests to you what's an independent, alright, and a dependent event. Let's look at it. We have independent events. Probability of an A and a B. Now we have an A and a B independent. We put A intersect B. If it's independent, it's probability of A times the probability of a B. We will go into this with more examples. Do not get troubled about this feeling as we go on. You will find probability a very simple and manageable topic. Now by drawing 2 white balls, alright, from a box of 10, by drawing 2 white balls from a box of 10 balls, alright, okay, what is the probability? And these 10 balls are 8 are white and 2 are black, okay, in the first condition. What's the probability of getting 2 white balls from 10 balls? Now what is the probability of 8 white? The first draw, okay, we're doing A, probability of getting 2 whites from 10 balls. There are 8 whites, and altogether you get 8 out of 10. And then the second one is drawn again. So now we do in 2 conditions. Here is with replacement. That means you take the white and you put it back again. So that's what it's meant. You draw 2 white balls from a box of 10 balls. And these 10 balls are 8 are white and 2 are black. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So 8 out of 10, the chance of winning a white. The second white, you're putting it back. Replacement. You replace it back. So it's still 8 out of 10. And you've got 64 out of 100. Now in the second case, when there is no replacement, they said in the second case, without replacement. Please take note, without replacement in B. You want to draw 2 white balls without replacement. Well, what is the answer going to be? two whites, my dear friends. The first white, you're going to take a white out. There are 8 whites out of 10, so 8 upon 10. You've taken 1 out, now you're left with 7 whites, right? And from 10, you've taken out 1 bowl, so you've got 9 bowls left. And how many of them are white? 7. So the chance of the second one being a white is 7 out of 9. So 8 times 7 is 56 over 90. Please reduce them. So this is what we call an independent event. It's probability of A times the probability of B. Because you want a follow-up event that follows. So it is independent of one. But when we talk about dependent events, all right, probability of A intersect B, you have the probability of A times the probability of B over A. We talk about dependent. This is not really a worry. The probability of A happening and then the probability of the second event happening, it depends on the condition of A. All right? So this means probability of B over A. Now you can see there's a very fine line. Actually, in the word independent, there should be like independent, no replacement. But I put the replacement, when I put the replacement, it becomes a dependent. All right? So we'll see more of it, my dear. Do not panic. Mrs.Kumar is fun, interesting. We can take a gamble in a positive way. And I can tell you, when it comes to learning, gambling on maths and working hard at maths in that sense, not playing with money, but gambling, giving a time to learn maths, I can guarantee you, like probability of getting a success, passing maths with flying colors, 100%. Flying colors, provided you follow through with me in every aspect. I'll get back to you.